Hey guys, we're here on Park Street yet again in front of the Alameda Island Brewing Company. We're going to go talk to Jesse, who's the general manager, and we're going to find out what it is they do behind that glass wall there. So come on, let's check it out. All right, well, Jesse, thank you so much for sitting down with us and talking to us about the brewery here. So why don't you just tell us kind of what your position is here and what it is that you do on a day-to-day basis?
I'm the general manager, and I try to help everybody with whatever they're doing.
So you're the guy who kind of gets everything done and ties up loose ends and fills in where they're needed.
Yeah, I mean, the thing is we have a really small staff, and everybody pitches in so many ways, and so my job is to make it so that their jobs are easier.
Got it. Yeah. So you're kind of the supporter, you might want to say.
Sure, you could say that. Sure.
I'm just going to keep making things up for you
until
something hits here.
Yeah.
Well, cool. So you've been in the beer industry for a while, and we were talking before we actually started the interview about a little bit of your background, and you've been in beer longer than before you were professional in it. You actually started homebrewing yourself at a pretty young age, right?
Correct. 12, which is illegal, and that's okay.
Yeah. Your parents were cool with that?
Yep.
It's like a science experiment, right? That's how you pitched it?
One of the most exciting, I grew up playing sports, and my father's a football coach, but I've never seen his eyes widen more than when I was like, you know what, I can make beer.
Yeah.
That was like, he came out of his shoes.
I believe it.
Yeah.
Yeah, for him, and then he's like, I don't have to spend money on it anymore,
That's
right?
Correct.
And then, awesome. So tell us a little bit about Alameda Island as a brewery and then as like a community as well, because this is obviously a watering hole for the community, and so you meet probably a lot of the people here.
Yeah, I live right around the corner. Again, I've worked in beer for a long time. I'm not originally from the Bay Area. I'm from upstate New York. But when I moved out to the Bay Area, I found this great community of brewers, home brewers, small breweries, large breweries that all work together. And they really do work together. And It's a unique environment. One thing that was cool about a brewery coming to Alameda was that they got to kind of dip their toes in the water, and it was a brand new thing. I worked forever with Roger Davis that owns Faction Brewing, and so when I actually convinced him to move to Alameda instead of where he was gonna go, and I think that little by little, Alameda's gotten used to playing around with the idea of allowing small breweries to open up here. I think it's a great thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, it makes it kind of a destination spot.
Definitely. And what is it about having these craft breweries, these small breweries, as you put it, be here in the community that is such a good thing?
This specific, Faction also, we're going to have a couple other breweries open up, in the next couple of years. Alameda's a family-driven community.
Totally.
And this place is great because you get to bring your children, your dog. It's a really nice place for people to meet up and, get to try something that gets made in their own backyard.
Yeah. I mean, literally right through those windows, right?
Yeah. It's just a unique thing you can go to the store and you can buy beer. Or you can come here and you can buy the beer that we make.
Yeah.
You can even see the brewers making it.
Yeah.
It's good.
Absolutely. Yeah. And it's all kind of people who are in the community who are not only consuming and enjoying but also making it. Like you live here, a lot of the people are multiple generations on the island too, right?
Matt and Jennifer live right around the corner. I live right around the corner.
Yeah.
Michael, who runs the tasting room, who is Jennifer's brother, he lives right around the corner.
Yeah.
We all live down the street.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
so the commute's not so bad.
I could walk here backwards with my eyes closed. It's not so bad.
That's awesome.
Not so bad.
And what drew you to Alameda originally? Because you've been living here longer than you've been working here, right?
Yeah, Alameda is a unique place. I'm from the middle of nowhere in New York, and I like that it's got a really small town feel.
Yeah.
Yeah, and its location makes it so that it's easy to get to anywhere you want to go in the Bay Area. Mm-hmm. It's really centralized in that way.
Yeah, and it's really been hidden for so many years, right? And
I didn't know about it when I first showed up.
Yeah.
And then I came here. It's the grooviest place.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's such a nice place to live. There's very few areas of the Bay Area where you can walk around at 3 a.m. and just feel comfortable.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a good way to put it.
Yeah,
I think that's really a good way to put it.
Yeah.
So bringing it back to the brewery here, have you it's not an old established brewery. We're not talking like 40, 50, 60 years of history here, right? So tell me kind of the origins of the brewery and like where we are today.
Yeah, I mean, definitely not an old brewery. They started up a couple years ago. They're going to be hitting their 3rd anniversary, and I think that they've just done an excellent job of setting down roots in the community.
Yeah.
It's definitely a place where people come for obviously good beer, but also just a space that's easily enjoyed by families, by beer drinkers, by everybody. And I wanted to be a part of it.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Yeah.
And so there's been not only an evolution in like the amount of beers and the volume of beer that can be produced here, but also the space in general, because even just the courtyard right out here where we're sitting, the Monkey Kings moved into somewhat recently as well.
Yeah, they're great, and it allows for us to have the ability to, offer if you're hungry and you want to grab a bite to eat, they're right next door.
Yeah.
Their staff is fantastic. But it just allows flexibility in the whole situation.
Right.
But yeah, they're great.
So
Did you eat there?
I have a few times. The garlic noodles. The garlic noodles are amazing, and all the wings are pretty phenomenal too. And then you go grab something spicy over there, something nice and malty or refreshing over here. And
they're very, very good.
That's a pretty nice Friday night, if you ask me.
Mm-hmm.
Awesome. So let's say I'm new to the area, or I haven't really been into a brewery, or frankly I don't know that much about beer, and I walk in here and I look up there and there's 15 different things up on the menu and I don't know anything. What would you advise me as someone who has a clear history in beer on like how to order and how to choose what I'm going to like?
We have an amazing staff that I love that you asked that question, because our staff, what they are specifically good at is taking anybody, no matter what their background of, enjoying specific styles or what have you, they can take you by the hand and lead you through our entire beer list.
Yeah.
And match you up with something that you're going to like. And probably you're going to end up drinking, a couple different beers, because we run the gamut of, malt forward, hop forward, all types of different things.
Right.
And our staff, they're just fantastic at it. Really, honestly, I don't think I've ever worked with a group of people that are better at doing that. You could come in here and not have any idea what we're about.
Yeah.
Not have any idea. A lot of breweries kind of hang their hats on specific things. Like we do this, we do this, we do this, we do this.
Yep.
Here we do everything.
Yeah.
Specifically so that you can come in here and let us take your hand.
Sure. And I've noticed that myself. I mean, there's been a huge hop forward trend in the world of beer, at least in the last many years. And my girlfriend, for example, is not that into hops, and she's a huge fan of your hef.
Yeah.
And I love your hef personally, but it's amazing that we can come here and both get something that we enjoy, which is rare to find at a bar or anything else, because she's going to go for a wine or a margarita somewhere else.
My lady only drinks Oh wait, should I say? My lady kind of only drinks the half beer.
Yeah.
She's more of like a wine drinker for sure.
Yeah.
She loves the half beer.
Yeah.
And I think it's great that we keep that on tap all the time.
Yeah.
You know, a lot of people really like that yeast forward.
That banana and the
component.
cloves and all that, yeah.
And that's the great thing about what we do here at the brewery. You know, we do a lot of things that are yeast forward. We do a lot of things that are malt forward. We do a lot of things that are, you know, hop forward. I mean, anybody that comes in here, they're gonna be able to be matched up with a beer.
I completely agree. That's amazing. So, somebody who may not be a beer fan, you feel like if they come in here, they might have a step towards liking a beer all of a sudden if they come in here.
And that's the great thing about beer is that it's the beer's the people's drink.
Yeah.
Beer is the people's drink, and you know, if you're a wine, you know, fan, and if you're a spirit fan, those things are great. But beer is one of these rare and unique beverages, and the ability to touch you on certain levels, you know, with it being, you know, yeast aromatics, hop aromatics. And there's just so many different components.
Yeah.
I mean, as a brewer, we're going to get you.
Yeah.
We're going to get you.
Yeah.
We will touch you. We will push your button.
Yeah.
And yeah, I think that we do a really good job of, you know, laying out a spectrum of styles, and the barrel program is really taking shape. We're releasing a bunch of sours all the time. We keep our pilot program, you know, where we make small batches.
Right.
We're keeping our pilot program consistently active. We're going to be working with Admiral Malting on the other side of the island. We have different homebrew competitions and let people come in here and brew with us.
Yeah.
Just to make sure that we're keeping ourselves dynamic and you know, you need a fresh set of eyes all the time.
Yeah.
And so I feel like we stay interesting in that way just by letting people come in and peek at our space and brew on our system and using different ingredients, and I think we do a really good job of that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's really inclusive, not only just the atmosphere in the tasting room here, but also what you guys do in the community, and like bringing in the guest brewers and the homebrew competition winners and that sort of thing as well.
Very, very much a community brewery. We have our
cool
staff brewing.
Yeah.
We have local homebrewers brewing in our system. We consistently put ourselves out there to try to be inclusive, you know? I mean, beer's for everybody.
Definitely.
And
people's drink, like you said.
Yeah, and I think that we're doing a really good job of that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And there, when we were back in the back there talking to some of the guys there, you guys are putting something together that's going to be completely your own special recipe. And when, I think it was a Schwartz beer, right?
Ooh, yeah.
And they told us about that, and I'm a huge fan of German style, so I love that. But they were saying that is like start to finish, from drawing on the paper to what's going to end up in the glass, is 100% what the brainchild of this establishment, right?
Absolutely. Again, a wonderful style. Perfect for this season.
Yeah.
It's going to take us a little while, because to do that right, you're going to need a fair amount of time.
It needs time. It needs to sit there and lager and do its thing. Yeah.
Yeah. So don't let the secret out quite yet. But,
we'll build some hype. How about that?
Please do. Yeah, that's going to come together. We've got Dan and Dylan working on that today.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Seemed like they were doing some good work back there.
Yeah, they both they've got this mischievous look on their face. I think that they're
they're onto something back there.
They're onto something. Yeah, for sure.
Awesome. Well, we'll have to come back and try it. So speaking of back there and this whole space in general, do you know what kind of history this building had and like what it used to be before it was Alameda Island Brewery?
It was a Kavanaugh's. It was a car dealership.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A car dealer. So this was the showroom presumably, and that was the garage in the back.
And that building right there. Yeah, and I remember that too. I mean, again, living right around the corner.
Yeah.
Yeah. When I first heard that there was going to be a brewery here, since its inception, I've been peeking my head in and drinking the beer, obviously.
Yeah.
Was a car dealership.
Yeah.
The gentleman who took over the space, Bill, and his missus, I think they've done a really good job of, you got Crispian right over yonder.
Yep.
You got us, you got Monkey King, and like a lot of stuff is going on.
Yeah.
And it's pretty groovy.
There's a clear synergy between you guys and Monkey King there.
Oh yeah, that's Saul. Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah. It's nice to have like a great working relationship with, other businesses, and yeah, I really it works when you think about how Alameda is transitioning, which it certainly is. I mean, that's undeniable. When you think about how Alameda is transitioning, I think that this is a good example of how transition can work out for different and multiple, businesses, concepts. For me, even though I worked at a different brewery, I was so excited for a brewery to come in here.
Yeah.
Around the corner from me.
Oh, yeah.
And for Monkey King to have a spot. And for Crispian to have a spot.
Yep.
And for, this whole block to develop.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was exciting.
Absolutely.
And not just because I'm lazy.
Yeah,
I'm lazy.
Your words, not mine. So, being the general manager, jack of all trades, what are some of the things that you feel like happen behind the scenes or you wish people knew about the brewery that you feel like they don't or they don't fully understand?
Oh, gosh. I think that...
Like, what are the things that you tell your friends and family and they're like, whoa, really?
I don't think that, and this is something that I have to give a lot of credit to Jenna. Imagine that every single time that you make a new beer, you have to register it. You have to, the licensing, the taxes, the specific codes that you have to work around. I don't think, certainly a brewery is if you think it's just making beer.
Yeah.
It's not just making
It's a little more than that.
Yeah. Dylan was just saying the other day, brewing is what you do when you're not cleaning.
Yeah, that's right.
So much cleaning, so much paperwork, so many things. The eventual product, while we all are so proud of it, the eventual product is where we are all like.
Yeah.
But so much goes on behind the scenes.
Yeah.
Yeah. An awful lot of work.
From the management of the grain to the stacking and cleaning of the kegs and the brewing equipment itself, and the sanitization to then actually just keeping the refrigerators and the lagering tanks cold. And it's all, to get a simple beverage that we walk in here and we pour out of that spigot over there.
We are wildly happy to see people picking up a glass and putting it to their mouth.
Yeah.
What it takes to get there is a fair amount.
I believe it.
There's a fair amount.
Absolutely.
Yeah. But that's why we do it, to just see people, even if it's not your single person who's like reading the paper or checking out the news on their phone.
Yeah.
And drinking their beer and and digging it. Just seeing families, seeing families come together and like for moms and dads to get out with their kids and bring their dogs here.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's good.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
a good thing. Yeah.
Yeah, it's really good. There's nothing. I mean, I think about what I do and why I do it. And I think about why everybody else here does what they do.
Mm-hmm.
It's good.
Yeah.
Yeah, like we're doing a good thing.
Bringing smiles to faces, right?
Is any of that crummy?
No.
No.
Well, other than coming into the brewery and actually coming and trying your guys' hard work and enjoying an evening with some Monkey King and some beer, how can people find out more about you?
Definitely check us out on our social media, which I'm not in charge of because I'm not good at that stuff.
Yeah.
Jennifer is very good. Instagram, Facebook.
And we'll post
Alameda
a couple.
Peeps?
Alameda Peeps. Yeah, there you go.
Are you on Peeps?
I am on the Peeps.
Oh,
Yeah.
so am I.
Well, before we let you go, I know you have a rest of your day off here, but is there anything else you'd like to share about the brewery or with people?
Gosh, aside from staying up on our social media, because the barrel program.
Yeah.
The barrel program is going to be...
And that's going to be like barrel-aged beers in wood barrels?
Yeah.
That's going to be amazing.
Yeah, and, I don't want to let out any secrets necessarily, but the barrel program is going to take off.
Oh, yeah.
The barrel age program in multiple directions.
Yeah.
The sour program... We're definitely stocking stuff away.
Awesome.
Yeah, definitely keep staying on our social media because that's where we're going to put it out.
Awesome.
Let's see, what else? Yeah, stay on social media.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Jesse, thank you so much for your time.
Totally. Who's going to drink these beers?
Hey guys, we're here at the Alameda Island Brewing Company. Hope you just enjoyed the interview we had with Jesse. Like, comment, and share on the video with the hashtag in the comment section, and you will be entered to win a mini keg to bring home your favorite taste of the Alameda Island Brewing Company with you. So until next time, this is Hans Struzina with the East Bay Home Company. Best of Alameda, signing off. See you next time.